Well, hello you guys. Welcome to my channel. This video is gonna be on oxtails. So I'm gonna go step by step on the way I cook oxtails. I have no other way. It's really not just a recipe on it. I just pretty much just learned from making this dish from other people. I've been cooking for a long time, so just bear with me on this video. It's pretty long, but it's very detailed. So here it is. So the first thing that I like to do is go ahead and wash my oxtails. So I take them all out the package and just go ahead and try to get them nice, good, and clean. Now, I usually wash my oxtails in apple cider vinegar in warm water. I let them sit for probably, I'd say approximately, probably about 20 to 30 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes to give them enough time to get all the extra gunk off of there. Because, you you take them out the package, they're sitting in blood. And, just been sitting there, it's not a really good smell when they first come out the package. Not saying that the oxtails are bad but anything sitting in blood will have a bad smell to it. So here I am. I've rinsed them off. The first step was that I rinsed them off. And then the second step was I put them back in the sink, and I had to add some water to the sink and went ahead and put the apple cider vinegar in there, let them soak for about 20 to 30 minutes. Now this is a very important step. The reason why it's a very important step because it also helps with the taste of your food. Anytime you're cooking any kind of meat, you always want to rinse your meat first. You don't want to just get straight from the store and go ahead and cook it just like that. It doesn't work like that. Some people do it. It's just my preference. This is just sitting in the water for a little while. So now I have cleaned my oxtails. They are all ready to go. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I go ahead and chop up some bell peppers, and I think I had garlic. Was it garlic? No, it wasn't garlic. It was ginger. That's what I had. So I got a fresh ginger root from the grocery store. And so what I'm doing now, I'm gonna take half of each of those bell peppers, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to chop them up. And I'm gonna go ahead and put half of both of those bell peppers. I got a red one and a yellow one. It really doesn't matter which kind that you use. I just choose to use something a little colorful. I don't know why, that's just how I am. Every time I cook, I gotta have something a little colorful. So I'm going ahead and I chopped half of it up, putting it in my Ninja blender. And the reason why I like using this, because it chops it up real fine. I didn't need any chunks or anything like that. Oh, I did use some onion. I didn't realize. I forgot. So I did use part of an onion. I didn't really use that much of this onion. I think I just used like a little part of it. I cut it up too and put it on in a blender. I can remember if I use onion or not, because sometimes I use onion, sometimes I don't. And the reason why I was making this was because, you know, personally, I haven't had any meat in months. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm finna break this diet and I'm finna make me some oxtails. Whether my husband wanted some or not, I was gonna fix me some oxtails. And also, I took some to work to one of my coworkers, so she was happy to get that. She was just like, I don't know how to make this, so I made me and her some. And she also wanted to know if I could do a video on it so she can learn how to make it. So here I am. I'm just chopping up the ginger. I'm peeling the ginger. I had, I think it was a potato peel I was using because it's more easy to peel ginger like that. So I've got one half of the onion. One half of the onion, bell pepper, and ginger that's going into the blender. Ginger is very hard to cut too, guys. I just wanted you guys to know that ginger is very hard to cut, especially when it's real thick. Now, you probably can find a little small one and it won't be as hard to cut, but for some reason, I was having a hard time cutting this ginger. So that's me. I'm blending up all of my stuff so I can get ready to put it on over in the pot. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy this video for a couple of minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're back over to the stove. Okay, so now we're back over to the stove. And so let me tell you what all I got in these pots. Okay, in the small pot is gonna be that mixture with the half of two of the bell peppers, the red one and the yellow one, the onion, the ginger that I blended up in my blender. Now, the oxtails is gonna go in there for about 30 to 45 minutes. So this is what it looked like in that first pot. Now over in the second pot, let me tell you what's gonna be in there. So I put about 2.5 cups of water in this second pot. With the seasoning, I use the Tony's, the original Creole seasoning in the green can. Not the one in the red can, but the one in the green can. Then also, I use a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, a half a teaspoon of seasoned salt. And I'm going to tell you what else I put in there. Y'all would not believe it. I put in like maybe a half a cup of Coca-Cola. Yes, I said it. A half a cup of Coca-Cola. And it's a reason why I put a half a cup of Coca-Cola in that pot. The reason why I do that is because that helps the oxtails to be very tender when you put them in the oven. It's going to cut down on some of your cooking time. I guarantee you, I promise. If you go by what I'm doing in this video, you're going to have the most tenderest oxtails. I promise. Now, you see me, you sprinkling, I eyeball it, but that's the exact measurements that I would recommend anyone to use is what I just said. So I got all my seasonings in that pot with my water, with my bell pepper, onion, and I put some more ginger in there too. So I'm going to bring that to a boil while I have the other oxtails going. Now here I go, just mixing my oxtails up, getting all of the ginger, all of everything that I put in the blender on there. So now, this is what it looks like once it starts boiling. Just don't know, this is a good smell. So I got my oxtails boiling. I'm finna mix them up a little bit. Now I'm gonna let them cook for about 30 to 45 minutes. Cause some of them in there was pretty big, So I had to let them cook a little bit longer. So I got them going. Then I'm going to take you over to the pot. So this is all the mixture. This is everything that I put in that pot. So here I go. Everything just going. I'm going to transfer these oxtails over to this pot. And I'm going to let them cook. Now, so far, if you look at the cooking time, so far we have only did 45 minutes on cooking time. So now I'm going to put them over in the big pot. And I'm going to let them cook for about an hour in that pot on medium heat. Total cook time on these oxtails is no more than 3 hours. Some people cook longer than that, but I'm going to tell you, I always find a way to do stuff better, less time, and it still turn out great. So this is how I do it. Everybody may not do them like this, but this is how I do it. So here it goes. I got them all in a big pot. I'm going to let them cook for about about an hour. Now here they go. They've been cooking and going, and you know. Now I've been letting them go for about an hour, almost an hour, you know. Now, when you make oxtails, just for disclaimer, you're gonna see some oil flow to the top of them oxtails. You want to hold on to some of that oil, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna show you in this video the reason why you want to hold on to some of that oil. Not much, but some of it. So here I go. I'm transferring the oxtails over to that same pot again. Transferring everything over to that pot. Don't they look good? I'm transferring everything over to that pot. And you see how that meat bouncing? Now, when your meat start bouncing like that, it's telling you that it's almost there. It's letting you know that that meat gonna fall apart when it start bouncing like that. So in this pot, I'm taking out all the bell pepper, onion that was at the bottom of the pot, and I'm transferring it over to this one. And it's a process, you guys. I mean, this got to be something that's got to be done a day that you ain't got nothing else to do at home. You just hanging around. So remember I told you want to save some of that oil that's in that pot? This the reason why. So now I'm finna tell you what I use to put over my oxtails, what make them so good at the end. So I take some of the sauce, some of the drippings from the bottom of the pot, and I add barbecue sauce to it. Not much, maybe a half a cup of barbecue sauce to it. You ain't trying to make it taste like barbecue sauce. You just really pretty much doing it to have a good seasoning taste to it. And I promise you, you ain't got to tell nobody that you're doing it. But that's what I do. When people be like, girl, what is you putting on these oxtails? Well, here you go. This is what I've been putting on my oxtails all these years. And now everybody will know. And I'm going to tell you at the end, at the other video, the reason why I do it. So now you're going to take that and you're going to pour that over your oxtails before you put them in the oven. So you take that, everything that you put, some of the oil and the drippings at the bottom of that pot, and you pour it over your oxtails. Now, it looks like you pouring it over your oxtails, that it's going to be a whole lot of oil and stuff in there when it come out the oven. But I promise you, everything that you put in them oxtails is going to soak it up in them oxtails. So now I put them in the oven, and this is the finished product. This is what it looks like when it come out the oven. And I promise you that they are very tender. That's why I took a fork, and I'm going to show y'all how tender it is. I'm going to take a fork, and it's going to just start falling apart. I was trying to work with one hand, y'all. Sorry. So bear with me. You see how them oxtails is coming apart up there? This is what you want. Now, remember I told you it was not going to be a lot of oil and stuff at the bottom? You see just a little bit of oil at the bottom? Very little. Because the oxtails soak everything up. And that's what you want. Thank you guys so much for looking at my video. And hope to see you guys next time.